guys gotta take it easy there, huh? Where'd the number 3 go? Oh, there was 3 of you here. Oh, there you are. Let's see. That's Chipper. He trusts me. They trust me a little bit. Where'd the other guys go? Where'd you go? Yeah. Well, Chipper, he trusts me the most. But a few minutes ago, I had 3 of these guys sitting on my hand. Oh. Okay, where's the 3rd? You guys don't trust each other very much, huh? Oh, there's the 3rd one. See him down there? Better hurry. Come on. Come up here. Come on. There you are. You guys don't trust each other very much, do you? Well, those pumpkin seeds, they don't last very long. That's the 3rd time I fed you now, you guys. You know, you put them in your suitcases. I got it. Let me go. Yeah, that's Chipper. There, he hangs out with me. Breakfast time. I don't know where all your buddies are. This phone is getting heavy. It's hard to hold it. My fingers by. Get down. Come on, get down. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm busy. There you go. What I'm doing today is, took this hammer. Last year I went around and collected up these magnetic rocks with the idea that they were meteorites. See? Today we're gonna see if we can prove it. See, so I took this hammer, busted off that chunk right there. So we're gonna take this chunk. We're going to go over here. We're going to break it down and see if we have iron nickel alloy, which only comes from meteorites. Already have some broken down here. Put it in this mortar. I'm going to pulverize it with this hammer, but I don't want to make the video too long, so I'll get back with you. So now we've pulverized that suspected meteorite down. Could have ground it down farther, but we'll sprinkle that out here on this old piece of firewood, non-magnetic firewood. Spread that out. I'm going to take this magnet and go around here. See how much magnetic stuff we got out of this here stone. There you go. Look at all that magnetic stuff that comes out of the stone. And let me grind this down a little farther and see if I can get it to a luster test, what the scientists call a luster test. Clean this up and put it on the called a porcelain plate. See if we can get it to shine just like a scientist would do. Okay, don't want this to go too long, so I'll get right back with you. October 18th, 2024. Well, yesterday I finally stopped by. There's this apparent meteorite. I'll explain here shortly. Close to the road. It's about 3 foot in diameter. Pretty round. I've known it's been magnetic for years. 4 or 5 years, something like that. But anyways, yesterday I finally went by and I chipped off a piece. And about the size of a marble. Everyday marble that kids play with, you know, little marbles, one of the standard smaller marbles, and I ground it up. Of course, after hitting it with a hammer, it was already pretty broken up, and then I took a magnet and got a magnet here, took the magnetic stuff out of there, and then I ground it down and put it on this stone, and I polish it with this porcelain. And sure enough, like I've been calling it mystery metal, but according to lab results, it's like that's what meteorites are made out of, iron nickel. So I see them shining. After you crush them down, you polish it like that, and makes them shine like a mirror. See that? You see how they are? Look at this. Now, so they shine like a mirror. And see what the they're magnetic. There. So this is stuff I've been calling mystery metal. It seems like we have a meteorite down there that has iron nickel there. So this metal's not nearly as magnetic as the other stuff. That's pretty interesting. That is interesting. So let that go on the record that's magnetic. Look, that's kind of yellow looking right there. See that one and that one? We'll look at that shortly, but definitely look at that metal. It's that metal. See how it's all sticking to that magnetic tool? That is really interesting. Looks like we have a 3 foot by 3 foot like diameter meteorite right down the road down here. I wonder if anybody would be interested in that. We have the suspected meteorite, completely pulverized, well, very pulverized. Drug it all over the magnet. I'm sure there's magnetite in there. Imagine meteorites have magnetite. But I'll be looking. I'm going to take that, put it in the mortar, a little porcelain pestle and porcelain mortar, grind it all down. Watch this. See, I gotta change my camera a little bit. This is like my little Jimmy rig magnet. I just take that. I have it all. Focus on this here. I'll put that. I'm going to take that. I have a porcelain, couple stones in there. I'll polish them down, and if there's good news, I'll show you all these. Glad to see you're still interested. Gun that all down. Pick the most magnetic stuff out of here. Relating back to the other short video. And I'm certain there's magnetite in there. So we're going to get magnetite is brittle and will not pass. It's called the malleable test. If it's malleable, the magnetite crushes down to microscopic particles. But what we're doing here is we're doing a malleable test. And for those of you that did science, you know, there's a malleable, specific gravity, and different tests you can do to identify minerals. So what we're doing here is making sure the magnetite is nothing but microscopic particles. So when we we have a porcelain plate. This is porcelain. This is porcelain. Grind it all down so the minerals identify themselves through a process. So we're going to put this on there and take the porcelain plate. It's been cleaner before, but what we're doing is we're going to use the porcelain plate for the next test, and that is the luster test. And so if it is magnetite, we go to polish it, it's just going to crush down. It's never going to luster. And what I'm looking for is little iron nickel particles that indicate that, yeah, this is this rock right here. This is a chip of the rock. Like, that's a meteorite. And what we're doing is identifying the magnetic heavy minerals that are in here and putting them through these tests. So let's go ahead and we crush that all down. So if it's malleable, it's not going to crush. It's just going to squish around. Now we'll smear this out a little bit so then we can start polishing. We can polish. If it's magnetite, it's not going to polish, it's just going to crush down. What we're looking for is small magnetic malleable pieces, which is like meteorite type of material, nickel iron alloy, which is only seen from space. Let's see how this goes here. Yeah, there's some luster right there. We can get some more to get polished out. I'll move this, try to get the light so the camera can see. There are not many, but it was, after all, just one part of a rock. Not trying to produce iron nickel nuggets. We're just like, okay, they're pretty shined up. Let me shine them a little more if I can. I'm not sure that was the greatest idea. Let's see if I can get that. Let's do that again. These tiny particles of specific atoms and whatnot, molecules. Let's see if we can get them all in a pile. There you go. A little bit of a dent in the metal of my stone. Oh, there's one that shines really well. Okay, yeah, there's several. Okay, let me see if I can get the close-up on this. Let's see, get the light just right. Let's see. I'm very new at this. See, look at that. Trying to get it so that it's really, it's like right there, that's the biggest one. Well, right, they're starting to, see, that's not crystals, those are little polished, yeah, focus on that. They're not crystal, they're little polished pieces of malleable pieces of metal. You can see like there's like little hundreds of little shiny ones, but there's, let's see if I can do that. That kind of focus for me. Yeah. Get this pointer. Okay, let's focus this again. Very new at this, though. Here, see that? Try to reflect the light for you. Is that right? There, see how it's stuck to the magnet? This little iron nickel, little tiny, not nuggets, but they were bigger. So, you know, that's just out of like a little, some like a golf ball size of this random rock I find with my metal detector. Anyway, thanks for taking an interest. See where this goes next. So in my previous video, I was showing the these little they're concentrates of little very tiny iron nickel. They're not nuggets, but they're malleable little particles. That was just out of that one rock that was about half this big. I got that much out of it, of this rock. I broke the other half off and busted it up. Took the magnetic stuff out of it, and that's it right there. You know, it seems really teeny tiny as far as the particles go, but check this out. I picked this up. I was just out around seeing if my partner found any deer sheds. You know, I'm walking around with my metal detector. And let's see if I can get this to focus. Yeah. Now this one's a lot bigger, so you can actually pick it up with your finger. Get that to focus. Yeah, I scraped it on the porcelain plate over there. And this is what it looks like in the nature. You know, when you find it out in the woods, which I love being out in the woods. And you did your metal detector, take that home, put that on the luster test. And there on the, you know, with the porcelain plate. Well, that's a lot bigger. I found them way bigger than that, but I'm just starting to understand these meteorites. So thanks for being interested. Well, this morning, you can see the road right here. That's the road to my cabin right there. This morning, I took this, that little extraordinary tree that was here. It was all bent and twisted around. It was always amazed me. It was right here next to this rock. And what's the odds of that? Anyway, I cut a lot of dead branches. This dead tree out of the way. See, we still got the moss on there. This is a magnet. You can see that magnet. See that sticking right on there? Yeah. That's the area where I took out a chip. I ground it down in the pestle and mortar and then polished it with the porcelain to get the lust. So crushing it down, it passes the malleability test, and then I polished it with the porcelain plate on the video you saw, and that's the luster test. So it's magnetic, malleable metal that lusters like a mirror. Came right out of there. See how that magnet's sticking there? Yeah. So let me clean this up and see what to do. I'm going to link these two videos up together in my editing program. See what happens here. Let me clean this up a little bit. Well, I've been busy using my walking stick, throwing branches, wood, more branches and wood, clearing this out. Digging some of these old, 1,000 years of whatever, pine needles and all that stuff. Clearing that away from this boulder, and look what popped up. Apparently this is a slab that fell out of like right in there from sitting here for thousands of years with the ice, snow and ice running down here, getting in that crack and then freezing. So that's what it looks like. This came off of, see that little notch right there? This came from there, landed here a couple hundred years ago, I suppose. See if this is magnetic. Oh yeah, yeah. You're there. I have to do it with the camera. Yeah, see that? See? Here's the magnetism. That is great. Oh, yeah. I was afraid I was going to have to break this rock, to take it to the lab and send it to some friends. God has a way. Already got a chip here, see? Chip off the old block. Yeah, isn't that beautiful? All right. Let's dig around and see what else we find. I'm going to stay here for a while. Make sure this is a boulder, not an outcropping. There you go. Weather's too cold for gold pan. This old dog. So I went through here with a shovel and my trusty walking stick and removed all the organic debris that's been gathering here for no doubt 1,000 years, the mountain and the glaciers and all that stuff considered. Earlier I got out the wood, the branches and stuff. Now I got down all the tuff, dug the tuff out of here. So we're down to mineral soil. And I think I've detected, I wanted to put this on the camera. So like this is where this chip is coming from. Apparently it fell out of right here. So I don't have to actually break this thing. I put a little scratch in it right there. And I found at least a dozen pieces of malleable lustrous iron nickel alloy. Came from right there. And a little chip right there. So anyways, today, yep, sure enough, wait, let's take a look at what we got here.
Yeah, that's coming right up. Looks like it fell up out of there, right there. See there? So, take this home, share it with my friends, and might cut it up, have rocks out home, cut that up, send some slabs around this way. And I go through the rock saw real nice. See there? Let's see what. See there? There's another. So today I'm just gonna go around, pick up whatever loose piece I have here so I can afford to sand these chips. I didn't have to break this beauty. I scratched her right there and I feel really bad about it. And I took a little chip right there and it's not even half the size of my thumb. I feel really bad about that, you know, because if this is a meteorite and it's showing, you know, malleable iron, nickel alloy, magnetism in it, and the luster test, and the hardness test, and the malleability test. Right? So I was really worried about that, but I got these big chips. I'm sure. Found one earlier. It's over here. Let's do this. Do this. Let's take this rock. Here's my metal detector. See what happens here. So, well, we have a magnet right here. See that? There you go. See that? So those are field tests, and got the magnetism and the metal detector, and we had malleable stuff. So I don't want to repeat myself. Thanks for being interested.